Hello! Yes, it's me. I'm back. I forgot that YouTube existed. But to be honest, the way I view my YouTube videos is kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of like a superhero. I'm not necessarily around all the time, but I'm always there when you need me. So, speaking of that, why am I doing this video? A lot of people are very upset. There's a lot of shit happening in Ireland at the moment. There's a lot of shit happening everywhere at the moment. And I feel like people are really struggling to kind of not be deflated and to just kind of try and get through their days. Like, it always seems like there's something. That idea of for fuck's sake, there's always something. I understand why you would jump to that and why your brain would automatically kind of go to that. I do. I have done it myself for years. Unfortunately, it is one of the most destructive mindsets that you can actually get into. Because basically, yes, there is a lot of stuff happening, and you've convinced yourself that there's something wrong with you and that there's always something going on in your life. There's always something. But that then means that even the smallest of things will then set you off into like this downward spiral again. So, I'm going to give you some horsey advice. Don't be like me. Basically, don't do what I used to do. Try not to let yourself get into this mindset of, oh, there's always something, oh, everything is fucked, everything is so awful. Yes, you're right, a lot of things are very, very shit at the moment. But unfortunately and realistically, there is not much that we can actually do about it. We can't control the decisions that the government have made. We can't control the price of petrol or the price of food or the cost of living or any of these things. It's nothing that we have done. It's not our fault. Therefore, there's nothing much we can actually do to control it. What you can control, regardless of how true you actually think it is, what you can control is up here. Because up here, the limited amount of knowledge I have about it, it's a fucking powerful thing. Like, up there is, fuck you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The brain is a beautiful thing. And for a long, long time, I felt like it controlled me as opposed to me controlling it. Now you're probably there thinking, Horse, you don't live in a fucking science fiction movie. Why would your brain control you? What I mean is, I felt like when all the information of like during the day would come in, I felt like it was up to my brain whether or not that would affect me in a positive way or a negative way. It's not how it works. And it does take work. You have to put the time into yourself and kind of figure out how your brain works, because it's a very individual thing. But hello, mother. Basically, it's not even that complex what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, if you can find how to stay positive even in the worst of times, the good times will be so much better. Again, it's like anything I say or anything any sort of mental health speaker or mental health experts will say, it's a lot easier said than done. It really, really is. I've just come through 5-6 months, if not even longer, of probably the hardest work I've ever put into myself. But it has paid off massively. And I'm not saying it's going to take you 6 months, it could take you 6 weeks. But it's literally all these little things, and you have to find what works for you. I found an amazing quote in a book, and I can't remember the name of it. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. See, this is why you prep your videos. Fucking chaos. Anyway, there's a quote in the book, and the point is where the horse and the boy are walking through a forest, and the boy says, I'm scared because I can't see a way out. And the horse says to the boy, can you see your next step? And the boy said, yeah. And the horse said, well then, that's all that matters. We don't know where we're going right now as a country. We have very little idea of what's happening. Fair enough, there's a budget and there's a this and a that, but it just seems to be fucking people over left, right and centre. And I think we worry about the big picture too much. Worry about today, worry about tomorrow. Because, I mean, look, you don't know. Tomorrow mightn't even happen. We might not be here tomorrow. You genuinely don't know. So just focus on getting through today. Get up, have your breakfast, go to work, see the people you need to see, do what you need to do to get you through. Do little things for you. Like, I think people underestimate the importance of having something for yourself to do. Even if it's something like ridiculously small. Read a book for 15 minutes in the evening. Or learn a single chord on a guitar, and then tomorrow learn a new chord, and tomorrow learn another chord. So it doesn't, I think, again, we blow things out of proportion into, I have to do all these massive, really substantial things, and you don't. You really, really don't. You don't focus on what everyone else is doing or how everyone else is getting on in the world at the moment. Focus on you. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on your life. Focus on what you want. All these little things will genuinely help you become a lot more of a content person. I try not to say the word happy because I think happy is this massive thing. Like, what is happiness? It's a very broad thing. Whereas if you can strive for just consistent contentment in your life, that you can, like, when you're in bed in the evening, you can say, yeah, you know what, I had a good day today. Because, like, fair enough, I've done a lot of work on myself in the last 6 months. None of the issues that I kind of had have gone. I still have depression. I still have anxiety. I still have to go to work. I still don't have a lot of money. But none of that, none of those things, there's only 4 things, none of those things are within my control. But I can manage my depression. I can manage my anxiety. I have accepted that I have to go to work every day. And because I have accepted it and I understand that it's a necessity in my life, it's actually made work easier for me. I actually don't mind going to work now. I even if there's these massive problems in work, they don't faze me. Before, there could be an issue in work during the day, and that would set me spiraling. And even I'd come home, it'd be 2, 3, 4 hours after work, and I'd still be in my head about it, and I'd be stressed. Now, the same shit is happening in work, because this is what happens in jobs, like, things go wrong. Last week it happened, very stressful day. I left at 6 o'clock. And I left it all there. And I did. I just did. And yeah, like, last thing, like, I still don't have a lot of money. But that's okay. I have enough money to survive. Again, I'm sure I don't want people getting angry. I'm sure there are people out there who don't have a lot of money at the moment, and maybe even don't have enough to survive. But yes, that situation is very, very difficult. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm here for. I can't offer you advice on that. What I can offer you advice on is up here, because it's the one thing I think I know more than anything else. Like I said, the brain is an extremely powerful thing. It can make you or it can break you, lads. It really can. I've let it break me for a long time, for too long. And now that things are getting, unfortunately, a lot worse, now is when you need to put the focus on yourself, and don't let it get too late if it hasn't already. Now, even if it does get really bad, that's also perfectly fine, because no one is beyond fixing. You're never ever gone too far. It's all about finding the little things, like I said, whether it's a quote, whether it's something you write yourself, and you just write it out, and you look yourself in the mirror every day, and you say it. So, like, my one is, I am strong, I am powerful, I am capable, I'm sexy, I've got this. I say that pretty much every day. I look myself in the mirror. Sometimes I say it out loud, sometimes I just say it in there. But it works, and it's the consistency. If if you constantly hear something, if you're constantly saying the same quote or listening to the same song or whatever, it will eventually sink in. It's not rocket science, and all of this information has always been here. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not saying anything new that anyone else hasn't said before. I'm just putting it out there, because when you are down, when you are sad, you don't want to listen, and you feel like no one understands you. I understand you. Hundreds of thousands of people understand you. Hundreds of thousands of people are in the exact same situation as you, but it doesn't mean that what you're feeling isn't relevant, isn't valid. It is, but you can get better. Do you know what? No, it's not even that you can get better, because better implies there's something wrong with you in the first place. There's not. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having depression, having anxiety, having suicidal thoughts, anything that comes under the umbrella of mental health. Nothing wrong with it, because it's natural, because it's how the brain works. It's literally just a chemical imbalance. There is help out there. There are counsellors. There are medications. There are me, who do podcasts and little videos and try to help. Unfortunately, I think things are going to get a lot worse before they get a lot better, which is why I'm putting this out, which is why I'm encouraging people to try and start being kinder to yourself now, to learn to love yourself now, so that when things eventually do get better, we will be the best versions of ourselves. If you can find the best version of yourself when the world is in shit, imagine what you'll be capable of when the world actually gets a bit better. I think I've said it all. I did not plan for this video to be as chaotic as it was, but look, there you go. I don't script anything. I just say it how it is. So, lads, be good. Mind yourselves. And love yourselves. But not in like a... not... Hello! Yeah, it's me. I'm back. I forgot I had a YouTube channel. Woo! Can you tell that I make videos? A lot of hit. What was I saying?